Recently, my producer invited me to his grandparents' house for dinner. Unusual for a producer, but I'm not going to turn down a free meal. I had a good time, and his grandparents are nice people. After talking with them for a bit, I came across a stack of movies. Most of them were really popular, put out by companies like Disney, Universal, Warner Brothers, while others were so obscure that not even his grandparents remembered them. And according to my producer, a lot of his relatives' houses are like that. So I decided to find and dust off some of them to talk about. This is Out of the Attic Week.
In the night I do, you see what you dream. All your troubles, are they what they seem? Look around you, then you may realize.
Devil Dog, the Hound of Hell is a 1978 made-for-TV movie that aired on CBS and has since become a cult classic. In fact, whenever someone makes a top 10 list of the best killer dog movies, Devil Dog usually appears in some shape or form. So what's all the fuss about? Let's find out. So as the film opens, we see a bunch of shady, overdressed characters approaching a dog kennel.
Said you have some very good dogs.
You won't find any better. What can I show you?
The breed doesn't matter, but the dog must be very special. We're not interested in a puppy.
Oh?
We want a female dog, your very best.
Raised her around my own grandkids.
That isn't necessary. She won't be around children. We're not adopting a child, you know. We're buying a dog.
Yeesh! Even Michael Vick would call this woman a So after a long, drawn-out conversation, the kennel owner gives the dog to the group as we learn that they're actually a group of Satan worshippers. And it's fair to point out this is actually an eerie scene. Still not the worst thing I've ever seen happen to a dog. We then cut to years later where we see our main character, Mike Berry, played by Richard Crenna, and his wife, Betty, as they're driving home and they find their family dog dead in the street.
What happened? I didn't think anybody could do a thing like that.
Like what?
I was out watering my lawn. Skipper had come over to play with Prince. All of a sudden, he took off down the street. I thought maybe he'd spotted those raccoons again, so I yelled, but he just kept on running. Then this big black station wagon that was parked down by the corner started up, and I saw it hit him. Right here.
Wait. So, was their plan just to roam the neighborhood, kill as many dogs as they can, and then hope that the owners would adopt one of their puppies? If you're trying to give puppies a way to spread chaos as much as possible, there's easier ways to do that. So yeah, Mike's kids here adopt one of the puppies and name it Lucky. I guess that is a better name for a dog than Dogmeat. Everything seems fine until the family's maid Maria, no! senses something odd about the dog.
I don't know what to say. Senor Bear is the new dog.
What about him?
I don't know what it is. It's like a chill. He gives me a scary feeling all over.
Oh, don't act like you can build suspense movie. Your villain in this scene is a puppy. Here's something else you may notice about this movie. It really wants to be like another famous demonic film. Can you guess which one? Well, here I'll give you a hint. Yep, we've got a ripoff of The Omen. Sure, this one's a bit more subtle than others since they use a dog rather than a young boy, but there are times when the movie straight up steals scenes from The Omen. So anyway, Maria takes being fired to the next level, and we cut to years later where we see that Lucky's all grown up and has learned how to use his abilities, as he possesses Mike to try to get him to cut his wrist. No, Richard Crenna, don't do it! You'll be in First Blood in a few years. That was a great movie. Bad, Lucky! No human flesh for you, mister! So Betty goes up to the attic as she finds that the kids have been getting really good at finger painting. Unfortunately, Lucky senses trouble as he chases her down in a scene that the filmmakers really want us to think is intense, but it really isn't. So Mike returns home as we find that his wife is now under Lucky's power, as he convinces her to... trying to get me to like your movie by appealing to my awkward human-y fetish. It's working. Unfortunately, Lucky's body count increases and his control over the family gets stronger as he convinces Charlie to frame another student in order to win the student election.
Charlie just seems to be willing to stop at nothing.
The day of the election, Bobby Atherton was found with a stolen watch in his locker. I think Charlie was behind the whole thing. That he planted the watch that he got his friends to lie about. Betty, I suspect he destroyed a terrific kid just to win.
Lucky responds to this the same way Atari did when their plans to make a new portable system failed, by burying the evidence. So it's here we get our first look at Lucky's true demonic form and... Seriously? And here we see one of the biggest problems with the movie. Lucky's true form is kinda silly looking. I mean, on the cover, Lucky actually looks pretty intimidating, but in the movie, it looks like they went to a local Halloween store, grabbed everything they could find, and threw it on this one dog, which from what I heard isn't far off from what they really did. Also, I'm not a dog expert, so I don't really know what kind of dog that is, but I'm pretty sure it's not a German Shepherd. Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to agree, and he runs into the street where... So the very next day, I guess Mike just stayed the night on the street, he returns home where...
Miles is dead. Haven't you got anything to say?
Yeah. Nobody flunks English now.
Get out. Get out of here, both of you. Go to your room. Get out now. Get out!
You know, Richard Crenna is surprisingly good in this. Despite the silly concept, he still manages to come across as being serious and believable. A lot of actors could have looked at a movie like this as nothing but a quick chance for a paycheck and just sleptwalk through the whole thing, but to his credit, he doesn't do that. So Mike goes up to the attic and finds that his family has been doing demonic finger painting. Looks horrible, but hey, their skills are improving.
What in God's name is this?
Hey, don't look so surprised. I see drawings on DeviantArt that are twice as horrifying. So the next day, Mike goes to see the doctor, which gives us a chance to provide exposition to stuff we already knew or could have already figured out ourselves. Just skip it! Back at home, we see Mike watching a news report as...
With the dog. The dog next door over there.
I think you can see where this is going.
Dad? Dad, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, Charlie, but he has to go.
Why, Dad? Why?
Just because.
Yeah, even if he's not a demon and you just think people dying is funny, you probably don't deserve to keep him. So Mike takes Lucky into the middle of nowhere to shoot him. And it goes about as well as you'd expect. No, what are you doing? Don't you know? Demons are immune to blanks. Okay, actually it turns out Lucky really is bulletproof. And so, left with no other option, Mike makes a long trip, and I'm not kidding, he goes all the way to Ecuador, South America, to try to find a way to kill the beast once and for all.
The circle is eternity. The point reach to the art. The eye is all-seeing, all-penetrating.
Okay, I'm guessing this guy is the one who knows how to defeat the beast. Funny, he doesn't look like Carl Bugenhagen from The Omen, but whatever, I'll still try to take him seriously. Unfortunately, Mike learns that there's no way to kill the beast. It can, however, be sealed away back in hell by holding a holy symbol up to its eye or something. I don't know. Honestly, if you still care, you should up the dosage of whatever you're taking. So now, with a holy symbol painted on the palm of his hand, Mike returns back to, I'm guessing North America, they don't make it extremely clear, to finish off Lucky once and for all, as he leads him to the work plant, and... Wait, How's Mike gonna get the plant workers to let him in after hours?
Just let me in, Scotty.
Oh, sure thing, Mr. Dottie.
Okay, that was easy. So Mike makes it into the work plan as Lucky. Yeah, that's still really stupid looking. Okay, I can't tell where Lucky is or how far away Mike is from him anymore, but I'm strangely enjoying this scene. So Mike gets cornered, but is able to hold his hand up to Lucky's eye and seals him away to Kingdom Come. Surprisingly, turning into what looks like a rejected Muppet isn't scary either. And so with Lucky defeated, the souls of Mike's family return and they leave on vacation.
Well, there are 10 pups in that litter. Where do you suppose the other 9 are?
Yeah, nice try, movie, but no sequel for you. Aside from being stupid, cheesy, and having a monster that's goofy rather than scary, Devil Dog Hound of Hell's biggest problem is that it tries way too hard to imitate The Omen by not showing the full extent of Lucky's power in an attempt to build suspense. But as you can imagine, this movie is no Omen, and as a result, 75% of the movie is slow and boring. The exception to this is the finale at the work plant. This is where we get the kind of so bad it's good humor you'd expect from a movie like this, but that's just within the last few minutes. Another exception is Richard Crenna. He manages to give a decent and believable performance even when he's clearly just slumping for a paycheck. There's some other parts of the movie that are entertaining, but if you're expecting something as crazy and off-the-wall entertainment as Beyond the Door, you're gonna be disappointed. So, if you want to see a killer dog movie that's not only entertaining but also suspenseful, watch Cujo instead. I'd say more, but I have a long week ahead of me.